Welcome back. In this, we are going to learn how we can troubleshoot a pod. Let's take a real scenario. So let me kubectl get pod. Now I have one of the pod which is not in the ready state. And here I'm getting the status image pull backup. Fine. Let me go with the kubectl describe command. So this is the command kubectl describe, and then we need to give the pod, and then we need to provide the pod name. If we are going to see here we have the events in the end. So if I'm going to scroll up a little bit from here, this file is started, and in the last we have the events. And in the events we have this thing. Warning failed to pull the image Nginx 1.8. Failed to pull an unpacked image. So from this message, we are able to understand it is not able to download the image. Now from where exactly it is download the image? It is downloading the image from the Docker Hub. Till the time we are not providing any of the repository address or something, it will always go to the Docker Hub. Now from the Docker Hub, it is not able to download this image. And it is also giving me some message like repository does not exist, pull access denied, and server message insufficient scope, authorization failed. So these are the error messages I am getting. Now here I need to concentrate only on one thing. I need to look at my image. Now if you look at the image, it is Nginx. So the spelling is not correct here. Nginx spelling is Nginx, and then we need to provide the version. And if we are not going to provide the version, here version is 1.8, then what will happen? It is going to pick up the latest one. So we need to correct this one. Okay, great. Now let me do the ls. Here I don't know how this pod is created. Let me go kubectl get pod. I'm not sure whether this pod is created from a YAML file or this pod is created from a simple command like kubectl done, then the pod name, then the image name, something like that. I'm not sure about this thing. So how I'm going to do the troubleshooting? Here I'm able to understand, okay, this error message is related to what? Related to the spelling mistake in the image. I need to correct that thing. So I have two options. Either I go and create a new one, something like this, kubectl run, and then pod, then the pod name, pod name like my pod or something, kubectl run pod, my pod minus image, and then I can provide the image that is Nginx 1.8, something like this. But here what will happen? It is going to create a new pod for me. It is not going to edit this one, correct? Or I have one more option where I can go ahead and delete this pod with the command like kubectl delete pod, and then the pod name. I can also do this thing and then create a new one. But let's suppose there is a data which is attached to this pod. Okay, so I don't have any option to delete this pod. What I need to do is I need to do the changes here only so that I can have this pod up and running. How we can do that? Now here we have one of the command, that is the kubectl edit pod and then the pod name. Now what this will do is this will give the YAML file. If you see, this is a YAML one. API version, kind, metadata, spec. And then we have the tolerance information. We have n number of information here. So from here, what I need to do is I need to look for the image information and I need to correct that. So here is the specification and here is the Nginx information. So let me correct this thing. So this is a vi1. So I need to insert first. Insert. Then let me save it. Now here it is telling me pod web edited. Okay, fine. Kubectl get pod. See, my pod is in running state now. By this way, you can do the troubleshooting